Anyway, here we go with the elimination match of Group C. It's going to be a rematch. Atow versus Nass. Nass won their prior match 3-2. Now Atow is looking for revenge. Fresh off a win against Farskiller. Eliminating FK from the group surely got him feeling pretty confident. I wonder how Nass is going to feel after just the annihilation he suffered at the hands of CRR previous to this. Coming into this tournament, I expected Atow to be the slight favourite in this match. So far, he's the player who's had the better chance to score. That was one of the more failed attempts you're going to see for an Atow flip reset today. This one's looking a little bit better, looking a whole lot better, as the early shot goes right past the Moroccan. Yeah, we've got Group D coming up next. Raziers versus Daniel and Naupo versus Chronic are going to be the opening matches for Group D. That'll be the final group of this tournament. And then tomorrow we'll be starting and concluding the playoffs. The entire thing will be played out in one day. If you're newer to watching Nass play 1v1, I know anyone who's been watching my channel for the past hour will have already seen him against CRR, looking pretty helpless and confused as to what to do with his opponent that's before him. And what you need to know about Nass is that he's a very grounded player, a very fast player, very smart player, very technically sound in 1v1. And he's no slouch when it comes to the aerial game as well. He does have a pretty scary offensive aerial package. But yeah, he's mostly going to be looking to keep this game grounded. Atow is known as one of the most dangerous aerial players in the world of 1v1. So you want to keep him out of his comfort zone, keep him on the ground. If the title's wrong for you, you probably just need to refresh. It should be updated. Yeah, quick question. Did we have any air dribble bumps from either player in their initial match today on Rizzo's channel? Do we have any viewers who were able to watch both? Oh my goodness. That is disgusting. Atow's, he's done him pretty badly there. That is tough. Nice one, says Atow as well. No, in all caps. I misclick. He misclicked, nice one. Do you guys believe it? I think Atow's streaming his BOV, so you can go check later on if you want. Accidentally toxic, but deliberately brilliant. That was fantastic by Atow. A mind game to dodge the demo and score. Can Nass avenge that goal and get his pride back after what must be a pretty embarrassing goal to concede? Well, the answer is, right now is a resounding no. Oh, that's a confident rebound from Atow as well. Not an easy one to hit, to be honest, but look how early he gets up for it. In off the bar as well. What a shot. Moldy Midget, thanks for the 34-month tier 1, and thanks for 5-month tier 1 from Only Crypts. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Nass not able to do too much on that play. Had a reset with plenty of time to spare. Atow with the ball cam dribble. Oh, what a flick! And the follow through puts him up 4-1. Nass is just done getting bodied by CRR's flicks, and now he's got another terrifying flick to deal with and to worry about. Playoffs tomorrow will start off best of 5. The first stage of the playoffs, the hybrid bracket, will be best of 5s, and then the top 4 will be best of 7s. So semi-finals and grand final will be best of 7s. Before that, we'll have best of 5 action for you guys. Yeah, 3 best of 5s, 3 Best of 7. So best of 5 stage, Rizzo and myself will both be live streaming separate matches, and at that point there's only one match at a time. Atow with a bit of time to spare here, grabs the mid boost. We have an awkward position here for Nass, but he does well with his composure not to overextend. Atow's not really falling for any of these tricks, so lots of mind games from Nass. Atow just chugs on forward. Ceiling recovery for the Moroccan. This time he does get the flick off, and it's good. Atow compliments him in the quick chat, and I think that time he meant to. Huge power from Nass. That was confident. That was what he needed. He's had a tough few games against CRR. Now he looks like he's back in the zone, ready for action. Atow letting the ball bounce one time lower. Fast air dribble over the top, denied by Nass, who tracked it the entire way. Still a net gain for Atow though, who starts exactly where he left off in defense with 100 boost and the ball on his head. Nass posturing for a challenge, but he goes flying right past the ball. Atow with the open net opportunity. He's missed it by a mile. I don't know what that was from Atow, but it definitely wasn't the goal it should have been. Luckily for him, Nass has given him a much easier one to shoot at, and this one he will put between the sticks. That was, yeah, not ideal from Atow, but no real problem. Delayed kickoff puts him in a resoundingly strong position. Oh, he's giving the ball away though, and that's going to allow Nass to score pretty quickly. Well, it went from full control for Atow to now still, you know, in control, but not comfortable. He needs to prevent a kickoff goal here. It looks like he may have done just that. Atow just has to get between the ball and the goal, and he does, to confirm the Game 1 win. This is, I believe, exactly how the first series started between these two players in their previous match earlier on today. Oh no, it wasn't actually. It was Nass who won the overtime Game 1 last time they played, but not the blowout that I'm sure Nass fans were worried about. Doesn't look like his confidence is taking too much of a hit from the CRR series. Voss 2 times. Thanks for 7-month tier 1. Half a year, thought it would be more than that. Love what you do. Well, thank you very much. It's, 7 months is a long time. I really appreciate it. Michael Parenti, thanks for the brand new Prime. Welcome to the channel for you as well. So game 2, we've got Octane Nass on the pitch all of a sudden. Atow stays true to Old Faithful. Oh, that's a big mind game, and it's in! Nass flailing, expecting a floor pinch. Atow just lets the ball do the work for him. That's so hard to see coming, but I mean, really, Nass has got to ask himself there, what am I saving? What am I covering? If Atow floor pinches the ball low, then yeah, maybe you're saving that, but everything else, just going to be a goal for him. And what is Atow doing here? That's an elaborate way to give the ball away. Nass has declined the 1 goal donation, however. Very fortunate for Atow. He deserved to concede off that play. Pogo shot. Stopped on the goal line by Nass. Why do people say GG's when it's 1-0? That's your average Rocket League player mentality right there. That's the mentality of all my ranked teammates. 1-0 in 15 seconds. Well, we might as well just go back to the main menu. Incredibly high flick there. Pre-flip flick by Nass, but too high. That's not right. That's only Platts. I can promise you, as someone who's not Platt, it's not only Platts. Oh, Nass got the air dribble bump a bit high, but the freestyle save attempt by Atow goes wayward. Good finish by Nass, to be honest. He had a quick look behind him to see where Atow was, and successfully placed the ball past him. It's every rank. It's a pandemic in Rocket League that everybody just gives up too soon. It's crazy. A game that only takes 5 minutes. People aren't even willing to invest 5 minutes in a comeback. I mean, how are you ever going to come back from a large scoreline deficit if you don't keep trying when you're down 1-0, 2-0? You just give up all the time. Type in chat right now the number of goals that amounts to your largest Rocket League comeback in 2v2 or 3v3. Not 1v1. 1v1, obviously, there could be massive comebacks, but in 2s or 3s, what's the biggest comeback you've had? Switch chat. A lot of 4s, a lot of 5s, some 6s and 7s, and some complete liars among you as well. Unless you're, of course, smurfing, maybe. Yeah, I distinctly remember a few 5s, a few 6s. That's reasonable. 7 is crazy. I don't think I've ever come back from 7 goals. I've come back from 5 many times. And I do remember a 6-goal comeback as well. But like I said, you're not going to get those if you don't stay in the game and you don't keep trying when you're down by 1, down by 2. Eight in ones. Oh yeah, in 1v1 it's possible. I mean, we've even seen in competitive ones, the largest competitive ones comeback of all time is 7 goals. Rob Kieran against Gorowly. Against Gorowly, bro! 7-goal comeback. We've seen 6-goal comebacks many times in ones. I believe Devo got a 6-goal comeback against Fairy Peak. A very famous one. And many 5-goal comebacks in competitive ones. Yeah, 1v1 it happens a ton, of course. That's a great save by Atow. And he's back very quickly for the follow-up here. That's going to force Nass into a compromised position, but well dealt with. That touch denied the boost steal that Atow was thinking about. Nass lunges into the back corner, wanted the demo. Doesn't get it, but he does force Atow away from the play. I think Nass might have overstayed his welcome though. Atow crushes him in the 50 game and equalizes again. It's the biggest comeback in a Pro 3v3. I've seen 4s before. I don't remember a 5-goal comeback anytime recently. Do you guys? C9, 5-goal comeback against Jamal Jabberty. I remember that team. People used to hate the incorrect pronunciation of the team name. Nice demo tracking by Atow here. He's got a lot of time to play with. He went for the immediate shot, seeing where Nass respawned. And he didn't hit it well enough. Now Nass is in a scoring position. Can he get back to this? Not quite. Atow did not have time to get 100 boost. Nass 50s right through him. And he'll take the lead with exactly a minute on the clock. Oh. Now that might not have been an intentional delayed kickoff from Atow. Nass correctly just shoots it on target. I think Atow might have just been a bit late to pick up his controller there. Very nice flick by Nass though, seeing the top corner wide open. Now Atow does half flip onto the ball. That one was intentional. Half flip onto the boost, I should say. He's jumped off the ceiling here, and mind games Nass again. I don't know, did Nass see Atow jump? Oh, he might not. He should know that Atow jumped there, so he has to be flipping quickly if he wants to flip at all. The fight for the back corner boost is won by Nass. Just over 40 seconds to go. Currently a 1-goal lead. Atow all over him again. How open is that? It's very open. Nass is completely out of the game. He's not even trying to get back. Oh wow, he really did lose any chance of a recovery on that play. Can Atow get 3 match points? Nass backs him up, but that's not the shot he wanted. Atow collects the back corner boost. This is threatening. You can't see where Nass is, but Nass is backed off all the way here. Atow takes his time. The flick is denied, but now Nass is in a precarious position. He's getting bumped, and he's getting scored on. It has just gone from bad to worse for Nass. Just like in the CRR series, he lands in the worst possible spot and gets bumped away from the ball. 13 seconds to go. Nass needs a goal. Delayed kickoff gets him a good chance. Atow's back to stop him. Nass does have a boost advantage here. Fake's taking it back. Now turns quickly. Flick to the top corner. And it's a good one. Surgical precision by Nass when he needed it most. A very clever kickoff strat to set it all up in the first place. 3 seconds to go. Back to standard, but now it's Atow who's delaying his kickoff. He has to jump here. Nass likewise. Is that staying up? Not quite. Into overtime we go. Yet another delayed kickoff there from Atow. Both players messing with the timing of each other. And he did not jump off the ceiling that time. Dodge is intact. And so is the goal. All that fight for nothing. Atow is just too good in the air. A perfectly placed ceiling shot gave Nass absolutely no chance. And in the rematch, it's Atow who has triple match point. Now, it is worth mentioning the winner of this series will play against Toxic in the round 1 of the playoffs lower bracket. Atow, Nass and Toxic, 3 players who are kind of all next up in Europe in the 1v1 rankings. They're in their own little group with, you know, Moxie, Zen, and Ruas all ahead of them. And this first series between Atow and Nass, actually the second time they played today, will set up a very interesting match for what could really be called top 5 in EU. Top 5, top 4, whatever you want to argue. Oh my goodness, Nass is so good at these dead ball 50s. It's not like Atow even threw himself in particularly high here. Notice where Atow is. He's just a slight bit too high on the ball. The timing from Nass to drop the ball in front of him. Really quite perfect. Are you delusional in thinking Fennec is a better hitbox for kickoffs? A lot of pros would agree. A lot of Rocket League analysts would agree that the Fennec just feels stronger in 50-50s. I feel like it's mostly a visual thing. It's just easier to plant the center of the car's hitbox into the center of the ball than the Octane, where it just visually looks like you need to be a bit more specific with your aim. The hitboxes are exactly the same though. There's no difference at all between the two. Successful ceiling challenge from Atow. This time followed up by a faster recovery from Nass, so he won't immediately concede. Atow threatening the in and out clear. Just delays Nass follow-up challenge ever so slightly. That's not a bad shot with the back end of the car there. Still one that Atow saves with relative ease. I don't think you can say the same for what Nass is about to have to do. He stretches himself very thin to keep Atow's air dribble out the net. Still closes the gap and resumes the fight for the midfield. Nass trying to waste a little bit of time here. Atow switches up and shoots first time. Trying to keep Nass guessing. Now Nass from distance. An efficient takeoff. A reset. But a complete whiff on the ball. That is not what you want to see as a Nass fan, because Atow did not panic in that entire play. He just watched and waited and witnessed the failure of his opponent. Drally is dual national Canadian-Moroccan, I believe, but next season I think he's going to be in Europe, so RIP NA with you know, their next potential prodigy, sniped by Europe as well. That's another solid ceiling challenge from Atow. He is destroying Nass with the ceiling challenges today. I mean, even when Nass slow played him, Atow still got down and got in the way of the ball. Yeah, Drally does speak French as well, so obviously he's going to be incredibly overpowered. Did you guys see the Gen G comments? Oh, almost a disaster there from Atow. In fact, it is a disaster. It's also a bit of a problem for Nass, though, who's completely messed up his play. Yeah, did you guys see the Gen G? I think it was mostly Jack and Nolly comments about the NA bubble scene. I mean, Jack's been quite vocal about his thoughts on the NA bubble scene for a while now, saying that the talent is just not there. I think there's an element of truth to what he's saying. There is also an element of truth to what some of the bubble players claim in NA, but they don't think they've been given adequate chances to practice and play against and with top tier players. I think, you know, there's definitely part of that that's true, but I would agree with his overall analysis that NA just doesn't have as much talent for Rocket League. There are just far more talented players in Europe, and there always has been. That's why Europe has always been better or equal to NA. For it was a long time better than NA. Then I think around about season 7, 8, it got pretty even. That was like the 1 year where NA looked to be about even with EU between RLCS and various tournaments. But then since then, it's just been even more EU favored, I would say. So yeah, outside of a 1 year window, EU's always been better. And it's mostly due to there being more talented players in the region. Yeah, I did see the Vatira tweet about Daniel. What did he say again? He said that he thinks Daniel just didn't have the right team to perform like Zen does. Oh, good save by Atow. This has got to be frustrating for Nass, who's had a lot of chances in this game, but Atow's just taking them all away from him. Key demo for Nass. Atow spawns right between him and the goal, though. Has enough boost to flick this one some distance. Nass had to worry about the demo there, and still does. Atow turns and challenges, bumps Nass away once again. The boost isn't there for him to steal, so he goes to mid instead. Atow in control of this play at the moment. It looks like Nass might have dispossessed him. Another confident ceiling challenge. Just completely takes the ball away from Nass. Another flick from Atow puts Nass in a precarious position. Nass is just stalling for time here. He's looking to even out this Atow favored extended possession, but he can't do it. Atow leads with just 15 seconds left. Just in case this is the last game, summary of Vatira's tweet about Daniel. He says Daniel just doesn't have the right team to perform to Zen's level. Something to that effect. And that Vatira still rates him as a good player. Anyway, so I had to throw that in there just in case this is the last game of the series. You guys watching on VOD are like, wait, what did Vatira say? Well, he had nothing but kind words to say about Daniel. Oh, wow, GG's. Nass calls it with 10 seconds left. He does not try for the kickoff goal. 0-second goal combination. He is out in third place in the group. In the rematch, Atow proved to be too strong. That is the end of Group C, by the way. Let me just pull up the bracket. You guys can see where we're at today. We've got Daniel, Raziers, and Hypochronic coming up next for Group D. CRR will play against Rawas tomorrow in the upper bracket semi-final of the hybrid bracket. This, by the way, is just a Australian Football League playoff format. This is just the only way that Wikipedia can visualize that format. But it's pretty simple. If you qualify from a group undefeated, you go into the upper bracket. If you qualify from a group with one loss, then you go into the lower bracket. And then the top four from this will go into a single elimination top four.